So I'm just thinking about the audacity of these young girls. So these older men that you are dating, and then you get married to them, and when they come to you, they'll be telling you all sorts about, my ex-wife, she was not good enough. I divorced her. I did this. For some of them, they don't tell you that the older women, they've actually chased them out of the house because they're toxic and all sorts, right? They're toxic and all sorts, and then they come to you. Meanwhile, they left the what you call them, the ex-wife. They were refusing to do all the responsibilities within the home. They were not helpful, and when they are out there, they've got a young woman who now proclaims herself to be a trophy wife. Right? She's a trophy wife. And one thing that makes me laugh is that these girls are so bold. Do you know that even me, as a life and dating coach, I am not going to use my relationship as a model relationship. I can't. I can't do that. Never. Because men change. People change. One day I'm speaking highly of uncle. Oh, uncle this, uncle that. He's a model husband. The next day, he's not here. You see? So I can't give myself that pressure of being an example of a well-kept wife, or well-kept partner. It's just putting too much pressure on yourself. And the minute you realize that people change, I think people will you have to be very careful on how, even if you are well-kept, don't use your marriage or your relationship as an example of a good relationship. Don't come here and tell people that, if you want to really a good example, my partner is the best person. It's an example of what a relationship should be like. Because men can humble you. Men can humble you. Remember, you're not the first person that they are with. Remember, sometimes you're 25 and your man is 60. He has been through different kinds of relationships. And I don't know where you girls get this audacity of going public and say, my husband is a model husband, is the best, is the example of what a provider man is supposed to be like. Come on. If your man is looking after you well, you're kept well, you're being spoiled, keep it yourself. We'll see it. That this woman is a kept wife, is good, is kept well. I think we have to shift from coming out here and showing off how our husbands are looking after us and show off what we're doing for ourselves. All right? What are we doing for ourselves? And then probably if your husband chips in, but he shouldn't be the center, the reason why you are a model wife. No. You shouldn't. Why you are an example of a wife who is looked after because he's taking care of you. The minute it's like that, it doesn't look good. Because whatever the brand that you have is revolving around him, which means he has got the power. You don't realize that he's got the power to destroy that. The minute he doesn't provide for you, that's you done. Okay? So the best way to come public is to come when you already have your own money. All right? And then on top of that, we can say that you're being loved, but please don't talk about him as an example of a model man. Right? Men change. That's all I'm trying to say here, that people change. One day they are good to you. The next day they are different. Even that money that they give you, you're giving them just because they're in a good mood. All right? You're in a good mood. They're in a good mood. That's why they're giving it out to you. It's not like money that is like a contract that you should get for you to be kept. And majority of these girls, they go through hell, try to impress to get the money. You do everything, whatever you're told, you do it. Because if you don't do it, that lifestyle, you won't get it. So why then do we have to come out here and tell People that, my husband is an example of a provider man. No, he is not. He's not. Just enjoy it. Come out. Just enjoy your life. Don't try to tell us that your husband is the best person, is a good example of a provider, because that can last just a short period of time. Okay. We want to hear you coming out here to say, you know what? I've started a business and I'm making so much. My man helped me do this. That's better. That's content. You can make content around that. Okay. Enjoy your lifestyle at the same time. So what are you doing about it? But just being pretty, and it's not good. I know when you're on YouTube, it's a business as well. But if you're on TikTok and you don't even bother about growing your following, growing your numbers, you're good. I hear them say that, I don't even need to work. I'm always on TikTok posts, I don't even know what to do. Or some of them will be like, I'm just shopping here because my man is just attending, is in a meeting, and I'm just doing, I'm just shopping. And some of them, they'll just like showing the card. Oh, I'm just using his money. There's nothing cool about that. Unfortunately, that's what I think. That's his money. You've just said it right. Yeah. And there are rules with that card. You'll be told, don't go wild with my card. If you go wild with that card, you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it. So bragging and coming here and just bragging that I've got a model partner who does everything for me, I find it strange. It's quite increasing on these young girls. And we've also seen older women who, just one of them, I think on TikTok, I was like, oh, this is a bit different. We don't normally see that happening in older women, like bragging about their partners, but only these young girls are the ones who are doing it more. I think you girls need to stop. I'm just talking to you. You have to stop. Enjoy your life. Come out and say something, but don't tell us about your partner being the model partner. It's too much pressure that you're putting on yourself to maintain that relationship. The day when that person decides to go, you are supposed to come here again and update us. That, guess what, guys? That person who was giving me that lifestyle is no longer there. And, it's just too much work. Unless you want to build your brand around that, giving disappointment, the men coming in your life and not providing for you, then leaving, then somebody comes back in. I think it's just tiring. But as for me, I know I'm a spoiled woman, but I'm not going to come in and say that my relationship is an example of a good relationship. No. That's what it is right now. I'm just enjoying it. I don't know when it's going to end. And I'm not going to come here and say my relationship is a model relationship. I'll be lying to you guys. Thanks for listening.